100,000 steps in a day. 100,000 steps in 24 hours. Ambitious, right? Well, that's just what we did. Just. So here's the journey so far of what happened.
You're just gonna carry a boat, Sonny. They don't know me, son. They don't fucking know me.
Right, where's Cam?
He said he's getting toast.
I ran right for him.
Let's fucking go.
Onwards and upwards, lads.
Why?
Oh, aye. Not a fucking bad view, eh? Not a bad view. 25k steps, baby! Woo! We have done 50,000 fucking steps. Let's go. Heading up to Ambleside now. Let's fucking see what happens. Now, just to cut in at this point, I'm not gonna bullshit you here. I plan to do a video for every 25k steps, and at 75k I was fighting my demons at this point to carry on. I had to have my mate Ollie, who was on the walk with me, next to me to keep an eye on me in case I didn't fall in the hedge. I was just trying to focus on one thing, and that one thing was getting to 100k steps. Nothing else. I did not care about anyone else. I didn't care about the traffic on the road. Nothing. I just needed to get to that 100k steps. 100k, motherfucker! Woo! Woohoo! Oh my god. Oh. I want to fucking... Now, post walk, 17 and a bit hours later, I'll be honest, I could have cried. I was just in a state that I've never been in before.
Puny God.
Once I got out the car after we got picked up, we stopped at Morrison's on the way back to my mate's house, and I couldn't get back in. My legs just seized up. I was stood there like this L plank outside Morrison's. They were pissing themselves laughing because I couldn't move. I was just like this brick. And I'm not looking for pity here, okay? I'm not looking for that at all. I just wanted to warn anybody who wants to do this challenge. Don't be doing it unprepared, please. You'll thank me later for it, honest to God. Now, the challenge as a whole, I've discovered new levels of pain and discipline with this. I found my new pain threshold once I did this, and I found that for a few reasons. Preparation, probably the most obvious one I've said so far. I wasn't very prepared for this, like, at all. In terms of preparation, the longest distance I've ever done was a marathon, and I trained for this run months in advance, and then we went and doubled that basically, just to put that into perspective. The equipment I got a new pair of boots. These weren't broken in whatsoever. I walked them around the house for 5 minutes before I left the house, and safe to say the blisters I got from that were a lesson learned. I will never do that again. And I'm not going to show you my blisters because, one, you might have a foot fetish and I don't want to support that. But in all seriousness, YouTube might take it down for being sensitive content. The preparation for the day. So what I prepared for in the day, I'd got less than 5 hours sleep before the actual walk. I didn't even stretch when I woke up. I was just tight as anything, and for somebody who cramps up easily and seizes up, this was just insanity to go and do 100,000 steps. The water that I prepped, I'd maybe got enough for an ordinary day, not for 100k steps. And then I decided to go all out and prepare well over 5,000 calories of food, making sure that you've got the basic things, your footwear, things like that, food, fluids, electrolytes. Holy shit, you need electrolytes for something like that. It would just mess with you otherwise. I recommend. Now, what this did for me, this journey, this character development for me, this really helped shape the discipline for me that I'd lost in my life over the past few years. When I went to uni, I wasn't focused on myself as much. I was focused on everybody else or the environment, and I wasn't respecting or looking after myself. So this really brought it back by forcing myself to do something of probably the most challenging thing I've done to date so far. Yeah, it was a journey for me, and when I got back to my mate's house, I just lay on the floor. I let the dog wander past me in the kitchen, just looking at me. It was like walking around me, wondering what the fuck's going on here. And then I decided, instead of driving home, I'd call mum and dad because I couldn't move. So I waddled over to their car. When they got there, they were pissing themselves laughing, and they're like, "Why the do you do this to yourself, son? I have the utmost respect for you, but why do you do this to yourself?" Because I wanted to. But the reality sort of kicked in for me why I actually do this. I want to do this for my own self-discipline and toughness when I come to challenging things in my life that I haven't planned for. And I also want to do this to inspire family and friends, and most importantly you. This is what you're watching this video for, right? You're watching this to see how this ended up. And the reality is, because I want, at the end of the day, as many people in this world to be the best version of themselves as possible. And if that has to come down to doing 100k steps in a day, let it be that. But I want you to be inspired to go and focus on things that you want to focus on in your life. If you want to focus on your health, fixing your sleep, fixing your eating habits, do it. If you want to focus on your physique, going to the gym, looking after your body, do it. Use this as your activation energy to go and do something now, to plan something, to set something in stone. Because if you don't do it today, the reality is you're probably never going to do it. If you don't plan that for tomorrow morning, you're probably not going to make these changes. It's about taking action in the moment and not saying, "I'll do it later." So take what you want from this video and leave the rest. If you enjoy this kind of content, like, subscribe. Please subscribe and get that button up, because I am trying my hardest to get 1,000 subs. We're going to see how it goes. There could be a little video for you to click on there if you're on this self-improvement journey. Just right there. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.